Hello students. So this is third and last lecture of electricity chapter. In this chapter we will discuss about heating effects of electric current. Students, we know that a battery or a cell is a source of electrical energy. The chemical reaction within the cell generates the potential difference between its two terminals that sets the electrons in motion to flow the current through a resistor or a system of resistors connected to the battery. We have studied that to maintain the current, the source has to keep expanding its energy. Now, where does this energy go? A part of the source energy in maintaining the current may be consumed into useful work, like in rotating the blades of an electric fan. And rest of the source energy may be expended in heat to raise the temperature of gadget. We often observe this in our daily life. For example, an electric fan becomes warm if used continuously for longer time. On the other hand, if the electric circuit is purely resistive, that is, a configuration of resistors only connected to a battery, the source energy continually gets dissipated entirely in the form of heat, and this is known as the heating effect of electric current. This effect is utilized in devices such as electric heater, electric iron, etc. In simple terms, we can say that when an electric current passes through a conductor, the conductor becomes hot after some time and produces heat. This is called heating effect of electric current. Now, let I current flowing through a resistor of resistance R and potential across the resistor is V. When charge Q moves against the potential difference V in time t, the amount of work is W is equal to Q into V. As we know that potential difference is defined as amount of work done to move the electron from one point to another in an electric circuit. That is how we get W is equal to VIT. So how do we get this equation? Students, if we divide and multiply time in the right hand side of the equation, W is equal to V into Q by T into T, and we know that Q by T is equal to I, that is current. So we get work done is equal to V into I into T. That is an equation. Thus, work done by battery for moving the charge in electric circuit, W is equal to VIT. Battery has chemical energy due to which it can do work. As battery does work, its chemical energy decreases, but total energy is always conserved. Chemical energy of battery is converted to heat energy in the resistor. Therefore, heat produced in resistor is equal to VIT, that is same as work done. And I already have told you that heating effect of resistor is known as heating effect of electric current. Now by using Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. Putting these values in the heat energy equation, we get H is equal to IR, that is V into I into T, and we get final equation heat energy is equal to I square RT. This is again an important equation which is known as Joule's law of heating. It states that heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of current given to the resistor. It is directly proportional to the resistor for a given current, and third one, directly proportional to the time for which the current is flowing through the resistor. Now we will study about practical applications of heating effect. Students, the generation of heat in a conductor is an inevitable consequence of electric current. In many cases, it is undesirable as it converts useful electrical energy into heat. In electric circuits, the unavoidable heating can increase the temperature of the components and alter their properties. However, heating effect of electric current has many useful applications. The electric laundry iron, electric toaster, electric oven, electric kettle, and electric heater are some of the familiar devices based on Joule's heating. For exploiting the heating effect, the element of appliances must have high melting point to retain more heat. The heating effect of electric current is used in the following applications. First, we will talk about electric bulb. When electric energy is supplied to an electric bulb, the filament gets heated, because of which it gives light. The heating of electric bulb happens because of heating effect of electric current. The filament of bulb is generally made of tungsten metal, having melting point equal to 3380 degrees Celsius, that is very large melting point. Secondly, electric iron. When an electric iron is connected to an electric circuit, the element of electric iron gets heated up, which heats the electric iron. The element of electric iron is made up of alloys having high melting point. Now, electric fuse. Electric fuse is used to protect the electric appliances from high voltage, if any. Electric fuse is made up of metal or alloy of metals such as aluminium, copper, iron, lead, etc. In the case of flow of higher voltage than specified, fuse wire melts and thus protects the electric appliances. Now students, we will study about the most important concept of this chapter, electric power. The rate at which electric energy is consumed is called electric power. As we know that heat produced is equal to V into I into T. This is also known as, by using Ohm's law, V square by R into T is equal to I square R. Now power is equal to heat produced per unit time is equal to heat produced by time taken, that is I square RT upon T, that is I square R, or we can say that VI or V square by R. These are some formulas you have to memorize. Now coming to the SI unit of electric power, that is watt. 1 watt is defined as the power consumed by a device that carries 1 ampere of current when operated at a potential difference of 1 volt. Thus, 1 watt is equal to 1 volt into 1 ampere, known as, that is 1 volt ampere. Students, the unit watt is very small. Therefore, in actual practice, we use a much larger unit called kilowatt. It is equal to 1000 watts. Since electrical energy is the product of power and time, the unit of electric energy is therefore watt hour. We can define 1 watt hour as the energy consumed when 1 watt of power is used for 1 hour. The commercial unit of electric energy is 1 kilowatt hour, commonly known as unit. Now we will derive 1 kilowatt hour, that is 1000 watts into 3600 seconds is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to the power 6 watt second, which finally comes as 3.6 into 10 raised to the power 6 joule. We can summarize it as 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to the power 6 joules. So students, now this chapter is completed. I hope you understand the topics clearly. Thank you.